Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all for being here. Let's jump into the show. I see my mods are here. Thank y'all. I see Rose Truth is here. Good morning. Felicia BW is in the house. Thank you. And everybody coming in. Hey, Nikki P. Hi. Stacey Lane is here. Audrey Williams is here. Marion's Favorites is here. B. Wiser is here. Gail West is here. Good morning, everyone. I've had a very busy morning. That's the reason I'm coming on a little later than normal. Hey, Tev, my other mod is here. Top Flight in the building. Janet Driscoll, good morning. Belinda Gorman is here. Good morning. And let's get on into the show. Donna Black, good morning. Yes, honey. All right, let's jump on in. Of course, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. We got some good topics. I got some great updates with the N0LAN case that you guys are definitely going to be glad to hear. And some other things. All right, we got some tea on Shamea'S husband and why he don't want to be on TV. We done ran into it, child. Oh, girl, we about to get into it. But let's get into it. I said, now I see why he don't want to be on TV. He be acting all nervous and crazy why he trying to be on TV. But girl, we gonna tell y'all why here in a minute. Let's get into it. First topic. We're gonna do a little politics today. We haven't done politics in a while, but we're gonna do one topic of politics and then we're gonna move along. Let's get into it. Shout out to the Griot. James, what is it? Tellerico tells his supporters to keep Jasmine Crockett's name out your mother effing mouth. I know that's right. You better tell them. All right, let's get into it, honey.
Thank you for asking this because I hear this a lot from folks, from my friends, people I care about, and so I want an opportunity to address it. Let me say this as clearly as I possibly can. If you claim to be my supporter, if you claim to be a part of this movement that we are building, please keep Congresswoman Crockett's name out of your mouth.
All right, thank you.
The Congresswoman and I ran a competitive primary. She and I have been friends since we both served in the state legislature together. She is a leader in this state, she's a leader in this country, and she deserves the utmost respect. And let me just, the day after the primary, the morning after the primary, Congresswoman Crockett endorsed me and the entire Democratic ticket. Do you know how difficult that is? If I had not been successful, I don't think I would have been ready the morning of to turn around with an endorsement of the whole ticket. That is because the Congresswoman puts all of us ahead of herself. She always has. And that deserves our praise, not our criticism. And she has a job as a Congresswoman. She doesn't need to be doing any of this, but she is recruiting, supporting, fundraising for down ballot candidates all over this state, all over this country. And that is how we're going to win. If the Congresswoman can turn some of her star power onto these races that don't get enough attention, that's a game changer. And so it is not the Congresswoman's job to win this Senate seat. That is my job. I am the Democratic nominee. The Congresswoman has been incredibly helpful. She's done more than she needed to do. And so I am demanding that anyone who claims to be a supporter of mine anywhere treat the Congresswoman with the respect that she has earned. Period. Full stop. And I feel like I'm in middle school teacher mode, so don't make me come back into this classroom. Okay?
I love it. She does deserve it because she does a lot for the people, our people too. So during the campaign event over the weekend, Tellerico told attendees to keep Jasmine Crockett's name out of your mouth, arguing that the Texas Congresswoman has consistently shown up for Democrats across the state and deserves respect for her work, and she does. He also rejected the idea that Crockett is responsible for helping him win his Senate race, saying that responsibility rests with him alone. All right, so he let the people know, get up off her, because they've been on her back real heavy, right? Trump and his compadres, they've been on her ass, but shout out to him for speaking up, okay? And it looks good when it's somebody that's not one of us that step up and speak up for one of us, right? So shout out to him for that. We'll take it. Shout out to the Griot on that. Now, what we won't be taking is this bullshit I'm about to tell y'all about right here. Derek Chauvin, okay? Derek Chauvin. Shout out to the $10 super sticker. Let me acknowledge that right quick before we move along, because I do appreciate you guys supporting. All right, let's get back up. All right, Miss Audrey Williams, thank you this morning, ma'am. So let's start this morning off right. Okay, Miss Audrey Williams gave a $10 super sticker. We appreciate you, love. Thank you for supporting the platform, okay? Have a very, very blessed day. Let's move along. All right, Derek Chauvin, you guys know who he is, all right? You guys know exactly who he is. The person responsible for, and shout out to MC Ramos, that's where I saw it, where he unalived George Floyd, all right? He had his knee on his neck. He was the officer who had his knee on George Floyd's neck. He has been sentenced. He is currently in the jail down there, okay, well, prison, all right? So Derek Chauvin, you guys, seeks a new trial. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who is serving a prison sentence for the unaliving of George Floyd, is appealing the judge's decision to deny him a new trial. They was like, denied, pow, and slammed the gavel down on his ass. You are in a video, sir, with your knee on this man's neck, and he's literally telling you he can't breathe. He's calling for his mother, God, and everybody else. You will not get off his neck, and you tighten up your grip on his neck to suffocate this man. And now you want a new trial? Because they're whooping your ass in there every other day and twice on Sundays? Nigga, bye. Said the legal team, his legal team, argues that prosecutors relied too heavily on video evidence and claims that some police officials gave false testimony. Well, that video didn't give no false testimony, because that's exactly what they was looking at. Now, it says that the case continues to spark debate. Some argue that Chauvin was using a restraint technique that he had been trained to perform on a large resisting suspect. How's he resisting when his hands are cuffed behind his back and he is not fighting you? He's laying there cooperative, and you were happy to do it, and even had a smirk on your face. Thank God the young lady was standing there recording it, because now it's like you saying the police officers are lying. Now you're lying. I saw the video. I mean, hello. Now, others believe that regardless of Floyd's actions continuing the restraint for several minutes after he repeatedly said that he couldn't breathe, crossed the line, and did. Now, it said the one thing remains undeniable: George Floyd was a human being, and his death changed conversations about policing around the world. They're asking the question, do you believe that Derek Chauvin deserves a new trial? Let me know in the chat. I don't. I think justice was served in this. For those of you that saw the video, it was very hard to watch. This man handcuffed behind his back, could not fight, could not, do anything. And this person had his entire weight, all right, his entire weight on this man's neck, suffocating him. And George Floyd mustered up the courage and strength, his last piece of strength that he had, to say he could not breathe, to let this man know. He didn't have to be on top of him. He was not resisting. He was not trying to get up. He was not fighting the officers. You guys are trained for different restraints to restrain a person who is under arrest, but this person was not fighting you in any way, shape, or form. So that was overkill what you did. So I think that you deserve to sit exactly where the fuck you're sitting. And do I feel like you deserve a new trial? Absolutely not. Moving on. No sympathy here. All right. Let's get into this N0LAN Wells info. You don't deserve no damn new trial. Sit your ass in there like everybody else. You are a trash ass officer. You took an oath to protect and serve. You did not protect, and you damn sure didn't serve. You didn't do neither one of those. So sit your ass where you sit. Shout out to Pastor Jamel Brown, because he has donated, and he's also offered a reward for any information, reliable information on this case with N0LAN Wells. Okay, my brain just went blank. So Alabama Pastor Jermaine Brown is offering a $1,500 reward for any reliable information, you guys, for Mississippi authorities' investigation into the death of N0LAN Wells. They said brother N0LAN Wells. I can't say brother. It just sounds too funny. Said we need arrest, accountability, and justice for this young brother. Anything will lead, or that will lead to the arrest and conviction. So he's putting up money. Okay, a lot of people said all he did was $1,500. How much you put up, right? Stop pocket watching. Any little bit will help. I don't give a hot damn if he gave $5. That's something towards trying to find out what happened to N0LAN, okay? Obviously, it was something very egregious, because they couldn't open that casket at the funeral, all right? But, of course, he says, I am joining Reverend Al Sharpton and Tyler Perry in supporting the $100,000 reward being offered. He says, today I'm personally offering an additional $1,500 reward for reliable information that leads to the arrest and conviction of those responsible say that we in Alabama are standing with our brothers and sisters in the state of Mississippi, united and calling for justice, right? We love it. We'll take it. We will take it. So shout out to the Rev for giving up that 1,500. All right, or the collection plate up and down. Thank you, sir. Let's move along. All right, we're still on N0LAN Wells. Well, people always 1,500. I saw some comments saying, all he gave was, he's a pastor, all he gave was 1,500. He gave what his heart, what his heart said give, right? And you got motherfuckers that ain't gave $1, but criticizing 1,500. Y'all better sit down in here. All right, let's get into it. I am Pastor Mike. Says that what N0LAN Wells family want is what every person in this country would want. As a black mother, I would want that if it was my son. I want justice. I don't give a hot damn if it take 100 years. Whoever did something to this boy need to come forward and justice needs to be served. Let's get into a little bit of what they're saying here.
Can I also just say it is not benign when they are silent, because it begins to set a precedent that this is what can be expected when Black people continue to die under suspicious circumstances. What the family is asking for is what every Black person would want, what every American citizen would want. A complete and transparent investigation. Is that controversial? Absolutely not. Every witness to be fully interviewed. Is that controversial? Absolutely not. Every piece of digital evidence to be examined. Is that controversial? Absolutely not. An independent forensic review. Is that controversial? Absolutely not. The thing that is controversial is when a Black family who's grieving asks for it when it comes to their child, and some white folks are tangentially or directly involved. That's when it becomes controversial. And if we don't, in this moment of what we all agree is an authoritarian takeover of the feds seeping down to the state, particularly in the South, if we don't draw bright red lines to say Black people still deserve full protection under the law, even in an authoritarian takeover government, what use are we as a Black leader, as a Black politician, a Black preacher, a Black organizer, if we cannot at least use our voice, which is free, to unequivocally say we demand and we support and we amplify what this family is asking for? Shame on us to be called a Black leader. We can't find the courage to do that.
Amen.
And can I also just say it is not benign when they are silent.
Y'all hear that? I agree with everything he just said. We're gonna move on. Shout out to them on that one. I don't want to stay on that too long. Let's get into Judge Carlos. I love everything this man have to say. I did not like, however, how this lady approached him in this interview. It kind of gave a little shadiness, and I didn't like it. I caught it. I can catch some shade, and I caught a little shade. It was a little offsetting. But let's go ahead and get into what this was now. Judge Carlos Moore. We talked about him. We showed him quite a few times here. He is definitely advocating for N0LAN Wells. He was at the funeral. He also knows Ben Crump, and he had a chance to speak with Al Sharpton as well. He is working behind the scenes, this judge, to also help get some justice for N0LAN Wells. All right. He knows a lot of the people in Mississippi because he's worked with them over the years being a judge. And he's given his time, even though he's not even, he don't have anything directly to do with this case. He's taking his time, his personal time, to advocate for and seek justice for N0LAN. And that's applaudable, right? So he was definitely there at the funeral, and this is him coming out. And this person wanted to interview him. This podcaster wanted to interview him. But let's go ahead and get into what was said, okay?
They receive justice. They receive all the answers that they deserve. They deserve transparency. N0LAN Wells' life mattered, and I came over to Atlanta, Georgia, to let them know it matters. And we're going to make sure Mississippi does right by these people.
Now, I understand that this is a county you grew up in. Is that correct?
It is. Jackson County was born in Pascagoula, raised in Austin.
Do you believe that there is a possibility, a strong possibility for justice, especially since Reverend Al Sharpton and Tyler Perry have said that they're going to put out $100,000 to anybody who can give pertinent information?
Yes, I believe out of 200 or 300 people that were on that island, I believe at least one of them has a heart. They will come forward with or without the reward money. I am believing that that's what I have for. Sooner than later. I'm hoping trust me.
I heard Attorney Ben Crump mention your name. Are you guys close like that, or why did he mention you? Do you know him?
Yes, I know Attorney Crump. Attorney Crump was the past president of the National Bar Association, just like I am. I believe he's the 72nd president. I had the privilege of serving as his vice president, and I became the 79th president. So we have been friends and colleagues for years.
You on N0LAN show just recently talking about low-hanging fruit. Remind everybody what you mean when you talk about the low-hanging fruit in this situation.
In this situation, there are several opportunities where the law enforcement could have effectuated an arrest by now. There is potentially the death of the cell phone. You heard N0LAN Wells in his own voice requesting for his cell phone.
According to his friends,
His friends. We think that was his voice. So that's a cell phone. You heard one friend say that drug use was rampant out there. So under a strengthening contributing towards the delinquency of a minor, several things that could have led to an arrest by now, which would have applied pressure to certain individuals and hoping to come forward with the truth.
You're running for Congress in another state. Talk a little bit about why you left Mississippi, because a lot of people are trying to come down on you in the comment section. And I know you don't play these games, but why did you move?
I moved. I met a young lady in Atlanta, Georgia in 2023. And we met in May of 2023. We got married in January of 2024. She is a native of Trinidad and she grew up in Miami. She is not a country girl. We decided we did not want to live in Mississippi.
Okay.
We moved to Atlanta. That's where I met her at. We decided to make our home in Atlanta, and that was way before anything else transpired. So we got married and moved to Atlanta in 2024. We bought our place together in October 2023. So I've been there nearly 3 years now.
Gotcha. Now let's talk briefly, and I'll let you go because I know this Mississippi heat is not good on the light skinned brother. Now, we do know that justice swings one way when it comes to white people and another way when it comes to others. Talk a little bit about what can be done with this judge speaking out prematurely as a sitting judge. What could be done to her?
I understand that there have already been judicial complaints filed against her with the Mississippi Commission on Judicial Performance. They should open an investigation, and they will make recommendations to the Mississippi Supreme Court on how she should be disciplined.
Will we know anything about that from those complaints? How does that go?
You will not learn it until something is filed with the Supreme Court. The commission's investigation is private. So once it becomes public record, once it's filed, the regulations are filed with the Supreme Court, and we will know that's when we are here.
Do you think it's a possibility that Mississippi will walk back that decision that they made as it relates to Carlos Moore?
There's a possibility because they may not want to apply what they did to me to her. So they would have to walk that back, what they did to me. Otherwise, she should receive the same penalty or worse, because what she's done, according to a lot of people's analysis, is far worse than what they accused me of. I never testified or gave comment about an ongoing investigation of something that was pending. I talked about the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict after the fact. She's spoken about something that could potentially be a crime that affected her stepson. Now,
there was a comment out there just recently on Facebook where you made the word, you said F you and your mama.
Yes.
Can you follow up with, let people know what you meant when you said F you and your mama?
Yes, I am a born-again Christian. I believe in forgiving people. So a person offended me, and I decided to forgive them immediately. Them and their mother created them. So I wanted to extend my grace to both him and his mother. So forgive you and your mother.
Last 5 years.
Him to receive justice. They receive all the answers that they deserve. They deserve transparency. N0LAN Wells' life mattered, and I came over to Atlanta, Georgia to let them know it matters. And we're going to make sure Mississippi does right by these people.
Now, I understand that this.
She didn't even, what was the point of that? What was the point of her asking F you and your mama? Like, who cares? Like, people have moments. He's a judge. He's human, right? If somebody piss him off, he's he can say that. I don't see anything wrong with it. Also, why she was putting emphasis on him moving. He can move wherever the fuck he wants to. Why is that relevant to the questions that you're asking about this N0LAN Wells case and what direction you think that this case is going to go? What relevance was that to him moving? If he chooses to move, he married a woman who is not a country girl. She's a city girl. I ain't no fucking country girl. I don't want to live in no damn backwoods nowhere. I'm a city girl as well. I don't live like that. So I get it. He's doing what he felt he should have done with his wife. I feel like that was prying a little too much. What y'all think? But this interview, I think you were not asking the right questions. I think more emphasis should have been on this N0LAN Wells situation. You're standing literally outside of N0LAN Wells' funeral. The questions that you were asking were not relevant to what you were asking this judge. And I feel like you probably could have gotten more out of him, being that he is helping cover this case. For people who really want to know what the fuck is going on there, you should have really focused your attention on N0LAN Wells and the case and the things, the underlining issues that's going on that a lot of people don't know about, that he actually could give answers to, right? I think she was doing too much. I don't know, maybe just me. Let's move on. Shout out to Carlos Moore, all right? Shout out to him. Now let's get into a new development here that I run across. Shout out to Nicole, everything on this one. And then we're going to look at some court documents because there was something that was filed I want to show you guys, okay? I want to bring y'all up to date on that. She was doing too much as an interviewer. Like, I don't know who taught you how to interview love, because that ain't how it go. I wouldn't have never asked him, why did you move? Like, who cares? Man can move if he wants to. It's a free country. All right, so let's get into this. Brian, according to Nicole Everything, Brian Tracer, National Vice President, Public Information Officer, United Cation Navy, for the N0LAN Wells search team, has some things to say. And then we're going to look at some facts about some cover-ups about this. When they called in the 911 call about the boat being broken down, they were asking for help. I feel like that was them creating an alibi, and we'll look at that here in a second. But let's go ahead and play this so you guys can see what's going on with this.
That there was a boat he thought he was going to get on that was leaving, and that he might have been trying to swim to it. The only problem I have with that story is that if the people in the boat knew he was trying to swim to it, and they saw him getting carried off with the current, they would have known about it. They would have been able to react to it. Not only that, even if that wasn't the case, if he went into the water at all and became distressed, it was so crowded that day that it seems hard to believe that nobody would have noticed a distressed swimmer in the water. Mm-hmm. So again, it's a story I was told. There's a lot of reasons why I question it. What I do know is that he went out there with a number of boys that has been his regular friend group since he was young. They were ready to leave at about 3:00. They told him it's time to go. I was told he had started talking to a young lady, and he wanted to hang back and keep talking to her, and that he would believe that he could get another ride. Now, some people have been criticizing, saying, "No, you never leave your friend." Well, technically, they didn't leave him. He requested to stay behind, and if you know,
allegedly. Now, according to his parents, he never would have done that. If he went with these group of guys and that was his ride there, he was not going to risk it saying, well, I might be able to get somebody to take me back, not knowing, if it was a definite ride back to where he needed to go. I just, even his parents said that's highly unlikely that he would have done that. If they're ready to go, he would have just said, okay, let's go. And not just stay behind, not for no damn girl. And we know he's 18. Boys are into girls like that then. But knowing that the other group is getting ready to leave when he came with them, I don't see him saying, okay, I'm just stay back and I'll just see if I can find a way back, not knowing if he's going to have a definite ride back. So that is kind of questionable.
Know anything about how, these barrier islands are and how they're used recreationally? People go out there on one boat, they might come back on another boat. Like it's almost like a community ferry system, because not everybody has a boat, and you might jump on with another group of friends, whatnot. What we have to.
But we also, let's remember, Chauvin said that he did see N0LAN on the boat when they were getting ready to leave, and it was a bunch of people on the boat. We covered that already. I don't want to go back through all of the logistics of what happened, but according to what this person is saying, you're really talking about hearsay, and you got to go by facts. Chauvin, who was there, said that another fight broke out. He went to go check on them. When he looked up, N0LAN was on the boat and they were leaving. So he definitely left with them on this damn boat. That's already been verified. So
find out is after his friends left, who was N0LAN in contact with? Who did he believe he was supposed to get a ride back with? Did that boat give him a ride? Did he get on any boat? How did he end up in the water? Did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat and fall off? That's what we have to find out.
Push, maybe? People get pushed off boats, right? That could have happened.
In those particular islands, you're not allowed to camp out or be there after dark. And so the rangers, as it gets to be sunset, they start running around looking for, if there's still any boaters or people out there saying, hey guys, it's time to go home.
So knowing that it's getting dark, knowing that it's starting to get later in the evening, why, if he knows, because I feel like N0LAN was a pretty, smart kid, why would he say, it's getting dark, I think I'm just going to stay out here in the dark with this girl, versus going back knowing that, that's not allowed. Park rangers don't allow people to be on the island after a certain time at night because it's not safe. Anything could happen. So it's not adding up.
So I would not think that N0LAN was just wandering around the island when it got dark. My instinct tells me that he got off the island, either tried to swim off or got off on a boat and somehow ended up in the water. But because of the Rangers' presence, I don't think it's likely that he just spent the night on the island or was there after dark. Told that there was.
Thank you. Because he didn't. He was taken back there. It's already been confirmed that the boat on the GPS, the boat that they were on, went back to the island. And my question is, what was the point of them going back? Now let's show you guys this, okay? Again, shout out to Nicole. Everything, as you guys can see, it said, well, it looks like CTO says that they never even went out there to tow N0LAN's group off the water. Now, we did hear a 911 call where they were calling saying, hey, our boat is malfunctioning. Can we get somebody out here now to help us? Right? Was that them called? Because when the tow people came out, nobody was there. They were already gone. So was that them creating an alibi for what was to come with N0LAN? Now, we do know that the stepmother, which is the judge, did do a statement saying that something was going on with this boat. Maybe that's something that they told her, okay, and she was regurgitating what was said to her. But according to the what is the CTO, they never even came there. So this 911 call, even when they did arrive, they didn't see this said boat that was broken down. According to Chauvin, there was a boat that was tied off because the other boat was malfunctioning, and they towed that boat. They pulled that boat with the other boat with everyone else on it back to wherever they were going. So I feel like them calling this 911 thing was them getting their alibi started for what was getting ready to happen to N0LAN. Do y'all agree? Because he absolutely left the island, according to several people who witnessed him being on this boat with several other people. And Chauvin says that the boat was malfunctioned and tied. The boat that wasn't working was tied to the boat that was working, and they left. When he came back, they were already gone. So I feel like this 911 call, because they knew they weren't going to be there whenever CTO arrived. This is just my analysis, right? So you're creating an alibi to say, oh, we called in. So we're going to say that our boat was tore up, and they can verify it by, the 911 call that we called in to say, hey, our boat was malfunctioning. They were supposed to get there. But then once they got there, we figured it out and the boat just magically worked. And I looked it up. This little thing that they were saying going on with this boat, that's not something that fixes itself. That is something that would require some type of maintenance, okay, from someone who knows how to work on boats. So you're not in the water and you just keep trying this thing and it just automatically starts working. That's not how it works. It's going to definitely have to be towed somewhere and worked on. So for them to say, oh, we don't need anyone now because our boat is working. Yeah, that's not how that works. I looked it up. So that's total bullshit. All right. It says something about some type of pump went out. Yeah, no, that would have to be replaced and or fixed. So you're not out on the water and you keep trying this, and this pump just magically fixes itself, and y'all just skirt up out the island. Look, I'm research. I'm not a mechanic, but it's nothing to look up what it would be if this, and I forget what the pump is, and I'm not even gonna go back through it. I actually looked it up. That would require maintenance from someone who knows how to work on boats. So you guys were creating an alibi to say that, okay, we already have it on 911 where we already called to say that our vessel was broken down and we were waiting for these people. But, magically, our vessel cranked up and we were able to drive it up out of there and leave before they got there. That's some bullshit. Now, it says CTO's statement says before assistance was rendered, the vessel owner advised that CTO was no longer needed because help had already been obtained. CTO's involvement concluded at that point. So they weren't even needed after you guys called them in a panic. We heard the video. So who helped tow this boat and what had happened? I feel like that was a part of their alibi, right? That's just how I feel. But let's move along because there are some new developments. Let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, they didn't even need them after that. And you would definitely need them because according to what I looked up, that would require boat maintenance. They would have to go in and replace or even fix that pump that went out on that actual boat. All right. Let's keep going. Okay, so this has been filed. This was filed by N0LAN's parents, all right? Specifically his mom. Let's get this up because I just ran across this and I want to share with you guys. So they're not letting this go. Shout out to them. So in the Chancery Court of Jackson County, Mississippi, okay? Shout out to Brian Rose for this document, okay? Now, in the matter of the estate of N0LAN Wells, deceased, this was filed on yesterday, okay? Number 26-1371 NH, okay? Josh Eldridge is the clerk, all right? Christine Wells Wansley, which is the petitioner. Petition to open estate, appoint, administratives, grant letters of administration, and for other relief. Let's get into this. The petitioner, Christine Wells Wansley, which is N0LAN's mom, hereby files a petition to open the state, appoint, administrates, grants letter of administration, and for other relief regarding N0LAN X Wells, deceased. For cause, the petitioner show the court the following. Number one, the petitioner Christine Wells Wansley, which is the petitioner, is an adult resident citizen of Jackson County, Mississippi. The petitioner is the natural mother of the descendant N0LAN X Wells, which is the descendant. Accordingly, under Mississippi code, and it gives the code, she is the proper person to serve the administrators of the descendant's estate. Okay, so the number two says that the descendant died tragically in Jackson County, Mississippi on or about July 4th, 2026, having at that time of his death a fixed place of residence, and it blocks out their road, Ocean Springs, Jackson County, Mississippi. Number three, the descendant has no last will and testament so far as petitioner knows or believes after a diligent search and inquiry. Number four says that the descendant has no children during his lifetime. Number five said the descendant was never married. Number six said the defendant left as his sole heir at law his natural mother, Christine Wells Wansley. Number seven goes on to say that so far as the petitioner knows, the descendant at the time of his death left an estate, keep going, consistently solely of claims for damages resulting from circumstances surrounding his death. Number eight says, accordingly, in order to investigate and pursue claims of the estate, the petitioner respectfully request that this court appoint a petitioner and administrator of descendant's estate. Number nine said that the petitioner is over the age of 21 years old, is sound mind, and has not been convicted of a felony. She is ready, able, and willing to serve as administrator of descendant's estate. Number 10 said the petitioner is familiar with the descendant's property, both real and personal, and other assets so no good purpose would be served by requiring bond, inventory, appraisement, or accounting. Moreover, the petitioner represents that any estate proceeds to be received by the petitioner, less all fees and expenses, will be placed on deposit with a federally insured financial institution, with such proceeds to remain in deposit until further order of this court. Wherefore, premises considered, petitioner Christine Wells Wansley prays that this court will appoint her as administrator of his estate of N0LAN X Wells, deceased, with letters administrating being issued by her, by the clerk of court, upon her taking the oath prescribed by law. The petitioner further prays that inventory, appraisal, accounting, and bond be waived by the court unless the need therefore should later arise and be ordered by the court, dated July 20th of 2026. She signs off here, as you guys can see, Christine Wells Wansley, which is N0LAN's mother. State of Mississippi, County of Jackson, personally appeared before me, the undersigned authority in or for said jurisdiction, aforesaid, the within name Christine Wansley, who being by me first duly sworn according to law, stated on oath that the allegation above and foreseen petitioner are true and correct, and therefore stated and set forth, sworn and subscribed before me the 20th day of July, Laura Goodson, I think that is, which is the notary public, and it just tells that the commission expires there. So that is the Chancery District docket report. Case number 30CH1-26-CV-01371-DNH. That's document number 5, filed on 7/20 of 2025, page 3 of 3. Okay, so that's that. So let's get into what they're actually talking about here. Ocean Springs, Mississippi, as a family and friends gathered Monday on to lay N0LAN Wells to rest, the first legal step towards a potential wrongful death lawsuit was quietly unfolding inside the Jackson County Chancery Court. So a wrongful death lawsuit has been filed in on behalf of N0LAN Wells, so that you guys will know what's going on. Okay, a wrongful death lawsuit has been filed. All right, so let's continue. Inside the Jackson County Chancery Court. Court records filed the same day seeks to open Wells' estate and state it consists solely of claims for damages resulting in the circumstances surrounding his death. The petition filed July 20th in Jackson County Chancery Court asked the court to appoint Wells' mother, Christine Wells Wansley, as administrators of her son's estate and to issue letters of administration giving her legal authority to act on the estate's behalf. The handwritten case number indicates the case was, or cause, was assigned to the court of Judge D. Neil Harris. Now, according to the filings, Wells died without a will and was never married, had no children, and left his mother as his sole heir under Mississippi law. The petition goes on to state that the estate consists solely of claims for damages resulting in the circumstances surrounding his death, and asks that the court to appoint Wansley, which is his mother, as administrators in order to investigate and pursue claims of the estate. Let's keep going. The petition goes on to state that the estate consists solely of claims for damages resulting from the circumstances. Okay, I read that already. Let's go down. Okay, so the filing also asked that the court to waive the normal requirements for the inventory appraisal accounting and bond, representing that any proceeds ultimately received by the estate after payment of fees and expenses would be deposited into a federally insured financial institution under further order of the court. The filing does not identify any potential defendants, nor does it allege that any other particular individual or entity is legally responsible for Wells' death. No wrongful death lawsuit has yet been filed. It says that the estate petition comes as the investigation into Wells' death continues. Wells disappeared during a July 4th boating trip to Horn Island with a group of friends before his body was later recovered. The case has drawn national attention, as we all know, following the involvement of civil rights attorney Ben Crump and activist Sharpton. Okay, authorities have not yet announced any criminal charges or publicly concluded whether Wells' death resulted from a crime, an accident, or another cause. Okay, so the investigation does remain active. So it looks like they are gearing up for a wrongful death lawsuit. Okay, that's what it gives. They're gearing up for, as you guys can see, paperwork has been filed. Authorities have not announced any criminal charges or publicly concluded whether Wells' death resulted of a crime, which we just read that. Opening an estate is a common legal step when a personal representative is needed to investigate or pursue potential legal claims on behalf of a deceased person. Whether any lawsuit is ultimately filed and against whom remains unknown. The chancery filing was signed by Wansley on July 20th, the day of his funeral, which was yesterday, notarized the same day, and filed with the Jackson County Chancery Court on the day family and friends gathered to lay N0LAN to rest. All right. So that's what that is. So what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? So that's the information on that. Let's move along. All right, we're gonna stop sharing. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to some other things. So let's get into some other topics. So they are gearing up to do a wrongful death lawsuit while they are still doing the investigation on N0LAN Wells. So they're going to find out what the hell happened to him. But his mother is, of course, you know, they're just doing all the legal stuff, all the legalities that they need to do, being that he is no longer here. He was not a minor. Well, he was a minor, but not a minor. But everything will, under Mississippi law, she will be responsible for everything going forward for N0LAN Wells. All right. So Chrisean Rock calls Blueface out for not spending time with his kid, which would be Junior, which I don't feel like that's his child, but let's continue. Said that they had, but being super involved with Nevaeh's son. Well, Nevaeh does live with Blueface, so Nevaeh's son will be around Blueface a lot. And I think Chrisean feels a way about that because Blueface does not spend as much time, if any, with Junior. So, but she does accuse him of sexually assaulting or maybe molesting Nevaeh's son. And I don't feel like that is I don't feel like that's going on. I think Blueface loves his kids. I don't think that he would be touching any child inappropriately. But Chrisean, of course, is upset because she's not allowed to be around Blueface with Junior, and Blueface continues to block her. He actually calls her from a blocked number because he doesn't want her to have his number. But she has definitely made a claim on social media saying that Junior is molesting Nevaeh's son. Nevaeh is also expecting a child with Blueface any day now, and Chrisean feels a way about that. So let's get into this. Shout out to Cultured Unlocked One.
More time with a little boy that's not even your kid, more than your kids. That's petty. Then while you still trying to hurt us, why they clip farming and saying that you molesting, bro? That little boy. Why they saying it's real weird? You see how bad you getting clipped because you want to do stuff out of pain, out of resentment, out of a reaction, out of, you know what I'm saying? You're doing stuff demonically. Now you're spending more time with a little boy that's not even your kid. More than
again, this kid lives in Blueface's home with Nevaeh, so that child is going to see and spend time with Blueface every day. I mean, when he wake up, Blueface is there. He's gonna see him. So Chrisean, you feel a way about that. And from what Blueface was saying is that anytime he do try to see Junior, that Chrisean has to be there. She wants to sit around and watch him play with Junior. Like, drop him off and if you want him to spend time with him, like you having all these conditions, but then when he be like, yeah, don't worry about it, don't bring him over here. That's not really his child anyway. I feel like Ronnie is his father, the one that you sent up high, okay, to the pearly gates, because allegedly, okay, that's what was said, because you were upset that he was asking for some type of custody and paternity test from you. And the next thing we know, right before y'all, a week before y'all went to court, he was powed and unalived, and you didn't give no fucks about it, right? You still out here pushing the narrative that Blueface is the child's father, and the older Junior gets, he's looking like Ronnie. Like, hello. But so y'all heard that. So now she is trying to say that Blueface is spending more time with Nevaeh's son, and also tries to say that he is inappropriately touching that child. I don't think that that's going on. So here, let's go ahead and play this. All this. Here, Chrisean said that she told Blueface that he needs to either be committed to her or be with Nevaeh and stop disrespecting her. So she really wants to be back with him, but she's using Junior as a condition on their relationship and them being back together and how much time he spends with him. I despise when mothers use their children as conditions on how paternity or visitation or their relationship with said baby's father operate. I don't like seeing that, right? Because no child deserves that. If you're going to allow the man to see the child, then you do that, all right? I don't think that Blueface is pushing this narrative of seeing Junior, because I think he knows or feels that the child is not his. He's just trying to be nice because he's built some type of bond with him already. But ultimately, I think Chrisean needs to stop playing games. So let's go ahead and play this one as well.
Hey, I'm serious. If you don't see the future with me, stop the narrative. You are actually a good person. If you're choosing to be with that woman, then be the man she needs you to be. Love her well. Hurting her, cheating on her, publicly disrespecting her doesn't make good for content. It only damages your character. I said, I'm serious. If you don't see the future with me, stop the narrative. You are actually a good person. If you're choosing to be with that,
you don't see the future with me. Why he need to be with you? Y'all are toxic. He's toxic with everybody, especially you. You done lost teeth behind him, and you still trying to be with him? Weird.
That woman, then be the man she needs you to be. Love her well. Hurting her, cheating on her, publicly disrespecting her doesn't make good.
But he did that to you too. So why you care more about her than what happened to you? I think this attention that you are giving Blueface should be on your son, who is still not walking, who is still not eating solid foods, who has still not received the medical attention that he deserves to be getting right now. But your attention, once again, is on Blueface. And when he don't give you that attention, then you back down there to the tattoo place trying to get his face removed from your face, a decision that you made that I feel like you should have. That money that you spent on that tattoo should have been going towards his medical needs. Right? That is what should happen. Her priorities are in the wrong place. Why are you still worried about someone who's not worried about you? I've never seen nobody who wants to be in a toxic situation so fucking bad. I don't want to play no more, because I was going to play the other video. I don't even care no more. That shit going to irritate me. But let's move along. Let's get into the reality TV portion, and then I got to spend the block back on Shamea'S' husband and why his ass don't want to be on TV, because I got some tea on that. But let's get on, child, on up the road, as the old people say. Let's get on up the road. Shit. All right, let's get on up the road, because child, they get on my nerves. They ain't about to run my pressure up this morning. All right, so let's get into this scene. Shamea'S talks to the ladies. The ladies celebrate Phaedra's birthday. We saw that. Let's get into Shamea'S still apologizing. Then we're gonna get into this messy Monday clip of Carlos and his compadres on his panel, Dustin and them. There was like a little heated situation with Dustin and Carlos. We're gonna look at that too for Messy Monday. But let's get into this clip just to kind of give you guys a reminder of what's going on.
Hey, can I just say this though? Like, last night was a rough night, right? We can all agree. And, you know, I apologize to you today. I hate to make people feel like they got to choose or pick a side, right? That's not what this is about.
What made you say something to Portia?
It's been festering for a long time.
First of all, Shamea'S is a professional apologizer now, okay? Does she need to apologize? I think it's a little deeper than apology, because you meant to say what you said. And I don't want to see no long YouTube apology at the end of all of this either. I love you down, friend, but I just don't do it. Don't do it. You can pull Portia to the side and y'all figure it out.
I didn't want to take away from Phaedra, so I was like, let's step away, you know?
Do I regret, the timing of it all and where it happened, how it happened? Absolutely. I hate that, right? And I apologize to you, even in front of, I guess, who's left here of the group.
I keep telling her, stop apologizing to these people. You apologized 50,000 times. Who the cares? Stand on business. Stand 10 toes down.
Yeah, okay. So we don't want to see you throwing your legs up, child. So as you guys can see, Shamea sees that she's constantly being iced out. So what is she doing? She's trying to make good with the girls. She's apologizing. She's trying to get back into everyone's good graces because I told you guys yesterday, honey, when they start icing you out and you be on the island by yourself, eventually you ain't going to be on the show no more. Shamea really wants to be on this show. I just don't get it. You have a man who is wealthy, who has all this stuff going on. You really don't need the show. But Shamea is more so focused on fame than anything. I just don't understand. Let's get into this Messy Monday clip, though. All right, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on with that. But let's get into Messy Monday. I'm going to play this clip. Shout out to Carlos, because that's where we're looking at it. All right. Shout out to Carlos King, Reality with the King. All right. So Carlos and Dustin on Monday Night's Live get into a heated debate over origin of Portia and Shamea's issues. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's go.
The thing is this. When I interviewed both Portia and Shamea, right, I told Shamea to her face, when I said, look, my panelists and I do believe that the first sign that we were able to see as an audience on camera was when, yes, Portia did sit there and allow Phaedra to make childish motions that you were sleeping with Candy and Todd. And yes, Portia sat there and her exact words were, Sheree asked Portia, is that true? Portia's response was, they're very close. She didn't say yes or no. She did say they were very close. That happened season 9. I said, Shamea, in all fairness, because I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Shamea, you also went over Candy's house. And when Candy said that, Portia said, I want to kiss you until you did what Dustin did Saturday. Then, I said, Shamea, no shade, you did this. You sat there and you drank. And she said, well, no, I did that because I saw what Portia did. I said, no. That aired the same season. Mm-hmm. You did not get the episode advance.
So Shamea tried to lie. Now, y'all remember when that whole conversation took place where it was said that, Phaedra said that Shamea was, when she was making this gesture here, everybody knows what that means, that Shamea was over to Candy and Todd's house, and we already know how Candy and Todd get down. They love a little threesome or 2 or 4 or 9. And Shamea just happened to be over there, and it was said that something sexual may have happened with them, or maybe they had a threesome or some type of sexual interaction. And Shamea, when Shamea was asked about it, she took a sip like girl, girl, how it go. But then she tried to lie and say that that's not what happened. When they asked you about that, why you didn't just say no, it didn't happen, but then you sipped on your tea like, yeah, girl, you know how I gets down. It was given that, right? So that's what Carlos is alluding to.
And then she said, okay, Candy did tell me what was going on. My point is this. If we're going to be fair, let's be fair. They both were not great friends to each other.
Sorry, Los. Big difference.
No,
big difference between them two things. You're going to have to use another example then. Because that's a big difference between making a face and co-signing a damn lie. There's a big difference between countenance and
you making a face, sipping your imaginary cocktail
to co-sign the truth. To co-sign the truth.
No.
Versus a lie, Carlos. That's the issue.
No, in all fairness, Portia did not say yes, they're fucking. Shamea did not say yes,
she's close to both of them.
No,
they real close. She close to both of them. That's what she said.
If someone said no, let's be real. If someone said to you, "Yeah, I heard Carlos is the messy queen," and you do this, that's you're low key confirming I'm a messy queen,
right? But are you one?
Huh?
Are you one though? Right? That would then be the question. Because, and I'm not saying you are. Not saying.
The thing is this: when I interviewed,
I'm gonna be honest with you. To be honest, from what we know and have seen on the show, even Portia said that she and Candy shared a kiss or 2 or some other things, and that even Candy said that she maybe went down on that Portia went down on her, and Candy was and Portia was trying to say something about Candy had like an odor or was rank or something. I don't know. But Candy then tried to say no, she tastes like candy down there. I don't know how she said how she tastes. I don't know. But Portia, y'all remember that whole interaction. So it gives that Portia might have had some type of interaction as well with Candy and maybe with Todd as well. But when it came to Shamea and the question of her friendship and how far she's gone with Candy, or if there was some type of sexual interaction that happened between she, Candy, and Todd, she kind of gave this weird look and was sipping like, girl, you know how I get down. So to be offended when people say that you have been with other people is weird. It's very weird to me, Shame'a, because it gives that you kind of do get down like that a little bit. And that's your business. You grow and do whatever you want to do. But don't make it seem like it's so far-fetched when somebody bring it up to say that they saw you here, they saw you there. When you do be outside a lot. You do be outside a lot. And it's a lot of rumors circulating around Shame'a doing some real nasty, grimy shit out here. Right? I'm just saying, Shame'a. I'm just saying. But who do you guys believe in this situation? Carlos or Dustin? Y'all can put it in the chat. All right. Speaking of them two, let's move that down. I'll leave it. Okay. So now I'm gonna spin the block and go back. Because now I got to get into these damn documents with Shamea''s husband, child. But why his ass probably don't want to be on damn national television. Because he done been in court a lot. Damn. Let me find out he out here like, let me find out he's Simon Jr. out this bitch, okay? Let's pull this up, child. Because Simon and no wonder him and Simon was real good friends, right? Shame'a, what you done married over there, child? Let's see. So according to court documents, all right, we got ones all the way from damn Kenya, child, all the way from across the water. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. So Judge Pooh officiated over something that happened August 24th of 2022 as related to Shamea''s husband, domestic foreign judge, child. So it's an open case going on with that. Well, was an open case going on with that. Okay, so we just showing some things that Shamea''s husband was involved in, which is probably why he didn't want to be on TV. Y'all know usually when people get on TV, people start digging them up to try to see who they are, what they've been involved in, and what they have, and y'all know what connections they are, that connections that they have, et cetera, right? So let's get into some things. All right, so what is this? Live Forward Incorporated, which is the plaintiff, looks like they went after Gerald Mwangi, which is Shamea''s husband, in Superior Court of Cobb County, state of Georgia. All right, so let's get into it. August 24th of 2022. Okay. Foreign judgment, child. So petition to domesticate foreign judgment. Now, so it comes now the plaintiff Live Forward Incorporated by and through counsel Brandon J. Davis said that this court pursued, and then it gives the statute number, that the name and last known postal address of the debtor is, I mean, it's on here, guys, whatever. Okay, Gerald Mwangi, which is Shamea''s husband, and gives the address. I ain't gonna read it out loud. You can read it yourself. The name, his last known postal service of the judgment creditor is Live Forward Incorporated, which is located in New York. Now said that the plaintiff attaches here to a properly authenticated copy of the judgment, which it is obtained by consent against defendant in the Circuit Court of Hanover County, Virginia on October 2019, and request that the clerk mail notice of this to defendant at the address shown above, as proposed notice as attached here too. Plaintiff accordingly requests that upon proper mailing that this judgment be domesticated and be made the judgment of this court. Let's see what else. All right, let's keep going. Okay, this 21st day of June 2022. All right, so let's keep going. Certificate of service. So it look like he's been served. I hereby certify a true copy of foregone has been furnished to the following record by placing the copy of the same U.S. mail, postage, 21st day of June 2022, Gerald Mwangi. All right, he looked like he's staying in an apartment during that time. All right, so let's keep going. Republic of Kenya, in the High Court of Kenya at, what is that, Moronga? Criminal appeals number, and then it gives the appeals number, Gerald Mwangi. What is this? Gatumi, which is the appellate, okay? That's Gerald versus Republic respondent. Okay, being an appeal from the judgment, conviction, and sentence of Honorable Achanda, child, SRM in, what is that, Moronga's CRM case number. It gives the case number, okay, Republic versus Gerald Morangi, okay, rendered on the 28th day of December 2022. Judgment, okay, so it said that Gerald Morangi, which is Shamea'S husband, all right, are referred to as the appellant before the lower court indicted for the offense of cheating contrary to section 315 of the penal code, cap 63 laws of Kenya. So it said it was stated that in the particulars of the offense that on diverse dates between June 21st and 2017 and the 27th of March of 2018 at Moranga's Township in Moranga's East Subcounty by means of fraudulent trick and device, the appellant obtained assorted steel materials all valued at, and then it gives 164,800, the property of Simon Muthi Kenya, hereinafter referred to as the complainant. All right, so it says that the appellant denied the charge, which then paved the way for a trial. Upon conclusion of the trial, the appellant was found guilty and convicted by, let's keep going, the trial court, Honorable Achanda, SRM, and subsequently sentenced on the 29th of December of 2022, whereby the court ordered as follows, okay, accused is hereby placed on probation. So Shamea'S husband was placed on probation, you guys, for a period of 24 months. During the period, he shall refund the complainant the amount of 164,800. He shall be supervised by the complainant therein. So he was on probation, you guys, Shamea'S husband. So it's probably won't be on TV because he got a lot of shit going on, or had a lot of shit going on. Now the appellant now appeals to the court that the petition of appeals dated 11 January of 2023 and filed in court on even date was that proffering the following grounds of appeals. The learned magistrate erred in law in finding that the facts addressed by the prosecution disclosed a criminal offense at all. Said that I learned magistrate erred in fact in law by convicting the appellant, whereas all facts disclosed that the complainant and the appellant had been in a long-term business relationship, and that there was a balance owing to either of them. It did not support the criminal charge. I'm sorry, guys, my nose. All right, number 3 said that the learned magistrate, in concluding there that there was a fraud and criminal deception entered into arena of speculation by was obligedly concluding that when the appellant overpaid the complainant, that it was to make the complainant trust and appellant when he started to collect the materials without payment. No such evidence had been adduced. I guess that's what it is. Child. The learned magistrate made a wrong conclusion that the complainant was induced to release the goods by the initial overpayment. The learned magistrate made conclusion that there were a variance of evidence and failed correctly to find that the prosecution was granting the complainant a shortcut through the criminal process to provide the civil debt. So it looks like Gerald owed this man quite a bit of money, okay? The learned magistrate judgment was against the weight of the evidence, including that the fact that accused, sick, and the complainant were operating on a running account whereby the appellant took goods worth $1,260,980 and paid that amount. You guys see there, a fact that should have been construed in favor of the appellant. The sentence of 24 months probation and the payment of $164,800 was excessive and illegal and needs to be set aside. Okay. So it looks like some fraud and some theft or something was going on where Gerald was running some type of bad business. Okay. It looks like he was placed on probation. So we're gonna move on. I don't want to read all this shit, but just to show you guys that Gerald had quite a few things going on with him in court, you guys. This is probably why he didn't want to be on the show, because he didn't want all this shit put out there. As you guys can see, police Constable Frederick Kilty told the court that he received an investigative complaint report of the appellant and had failed to honor his promise to pay $164,800, being the balance of goods purchased by the appellant from the complainant. So it looks like some money was withheld. Okay, some type of audit was going on. This is for Gerald, child, Shamea'S husband. What do y'all think about that? It was like some type of fraud, something. Shamea'S husband was on probation back then, you guys. So maybe this is probably why he didn't want to be on TV, because he didn't want people like looking into him. But I'm pretty sure, I hope Shame'a knows about that. That Shame'a had some stuff going on as well. I was telling you guys about where She was being sued, I guess, for like some, well, not sued, but she had some like a lot of back taxes and stuff that she had to pay as well. But I'm not sure why they were not handling, because one of the bills was like about $5,000 or something like that. I'm pretty sure her husband is good for $5,000, or maybe he's having her pay it. I don't know. Or maybe that's why she want to be on the show so she can get that check. But Shame'a has several different things out there where she's being sued for several different things that I did see, and I need to go ahead and pull those so that we can take a look at them at a later time. But yeah, so her husband was on probation not too long ago, and he was ordered to pay back $164,800 for duping some guy that he was doing business with that he did not pay, and some other things that happened where he was found to be doing something fraudulently where they put him on some type of probation. So what y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? I think that's it. I think that's all. I hope I gave y'all all of that info. But yeah, let me make sure I gave y'all everything. Yeah. All right. So we're going to end this video here. I'll be back for midday pop in because I do have to go. Okay. I hope you guys, let me look at some comments before I get out of here. Y'all say, yeah, that's hot tea. Yeah, child. Gerald, child. He looked real quiet, like he don't be into nothing. But so I said, hey, him and Simon are friends. So it's not surprising that he would be on some fraud shit too, right? It's right there in the court docs. Y'all say, you late, who we talking about? Shamea'S husband, Gerald. Okay. Shamea'S husband, Gerald. He seems very quiet, like he's shy or whatever, but Gerald seems to be not a good businessman. That's what it seems like, according to the court docs. Okay. According to the court docs, he was said that she is full of it, in my opinion. Hold on, y'all said Shamea'S trying to put on like she is concerned about her friendship with Portia, but had no qualms about talking about Portia's mom or bringing up PJ. Said that Shame'a did that to get a rise out of Portia. Absolutely. Official Michael B says that it has some truth for both Portia and Shame'a. Said that they weren't good friends to each other. Their friendship was spiraling years before Shame'a came on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah. We just told y'all the other day that there was a death that happened at Portia's mama's daycare too, where a child died at the damn daycare. And that was a whole nother issue where they got sued for that as well. We talked about that. So it said that Snake so passionate about the Bravo show, but not about his. Yeah, y'all know Carlos gonna always talk about anything Bravo. We very rarely hear him talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville or any of his shows. Bell Collective. I don't hear him talking much about Bell Collective and all the shit that go on his shows, but baby, he be on Bravo. He be on Bravo stuff like nothing. All right. You would think that he's over all the shows on Bravo. He want to be Andy Cohen so bad it's about to take him out of here, Lord. Lives More Lives says that I do too. Shame'a is acting like her and Portia broke up from a relationship person. Yeah, that kind of gives that, right? I ain't never seen nobody cry over somebody like that. And I have friends that I don't fool with no more. Did I cry? Hell, fuck no. It's just, like I said the other day, some friends are just seasonal friends. And I get it, they've been friends for decades, but sometimes people are meant to be in your life for a certain amount of time, and sometimes you just gotta let shit go. You outgrow people sometimes. It doesn't mean that you're being bougie or you know being standoffish. Sometimes you just outgrow people and you become a different person, or you grow and be, you know, have different shit going on in your life, and everybody just can't go or be in that space with you when you grow or elevate to different realms in your life. It's just that way. Ain't nothing to cry about. I mean, sometimes it's sad you miss that person, but you have to understand and realize that the space that you're in, they don't fit there. And a lot of times when you keep trying to force people to be in those spaces, it can indirectly hurt you. So you got to let go sometimes. Let go of people and understand that with elevation, you know, you got to cut people off. It just doesn't mean that you're being, you know, this rude person. That's just the way that it is. True TV podcast said that Shame'a and Portia definitely messed around, said that they acting like lovers with no real reason. Do I feel like they might have had some type of issues? I feel like Portia do like women. Shame'a like to dibble and dabble and put her feet and toe into the lesbiana pond from time to time. Yeah, I do feel like they might have had, you know, some scissor situations going on. You know, they might have shared some kisses, or, you know, y'all know how it is when they get to drinking and dancing on each other or whatnot. I do, yeah. And they hang around Candy, who fully like women. Yeah, I do feel like they've done that. I do feel like they've done that a time or two, and that's their business. They grown, do what they want to do, but it's giving more than friendship. I do agree with you, Truth, on that one. I absolutely agree. Lives More Lives says that what he does when he's talking about his own cat, right? Y'all clocking it, okay? Hell yeah. Andrea Wiggins says that I like getting the tea from anywhere so that I can get it as long as it's not damaging to anyone. But I will never understand why Carlos can break down everything that happens on Bravo, but not on his show. Boom. Whoop, there it is. Okay, you said it. You said it. He ain't gonna talk about the shit that going on his show. That's why I'm here, because I'm always bring it up, right? I'm always put it out there. He still have yet to address. Let me say this, Carlos, if you're watching my show, let me go ahead and call you out right quick before I get out of here. You have still yet to address while you have people on your show, which is called Love and Marriage Huntsville, and they fully separated, right? I already showed y'all the proof on that. Tisha Marceau, Tisha living over here in the little house that she was crying about, and we already knew some shit was going on with them while she immediately, before he even asked her a question at the reunion, broke down crying and was emotional like Carl Thomas, right? And Marceau over here with a whole apartment address. Now these people tried to sue him, and they couldn't even find his ass. He couldn't even be served properly because he over here living at a fucking address, at an apartment address. But he won't even mention that on the show. You don't even mention why you have your cast members who won't talk about the shit because they want to keep their job on the show, that they are separated. And miss me with this, how y'all know they're separated. Bitch, if you live in an apartment and your wife living in a house, you fucking separated. Miss me with that. Now I get it, people go through things in their marriage. You need a cooling off period or whatever, but you done moved your shit out and moved into an apartment. We all know apartments. Yes, some of them you can do month to month, but ultimately you do a 6 months to a year lease. So bitch, y'all living apart. Stop all this shit. Carlos don't address that. He don't talk about it, but he quick to be over there on Bravo. You talking about Shame'a and Portia. Nigga, talk about what's going on over here on Love and Marriage Huntsville and why you got people separated and sitting on the show like they are married and booed up and filming scenes together. Clearly, you can see it's a disconnect. Clearly, you can see some issues there. But he don't talk about that. This girl crying, talking about, I'm tired of living in this little house. No, you're tired of the shit that's going on in your motherfucking marriage, but you won't talk about that because you talked about other people's marriage. And I'm going to go there this morning because I'm irritated as fuck that they keep playing in our damn face on this show. You sat there and called out Melody for her shit that she was going through with Martell, and you were happy to throw that shit out there, but you sitting on the fact that you and your nigga separated. But then you playing in the viewer's face. Showing up on scenes, and you can tell y'all ain't seen each other. Am I right or am I right? Am I right? I know people going to get mad about that. But ain't nobody mad but the motherfucking devil. And we're going to say that this morning. Ain't nobody mad but the damn devil. People are playing in our face on this damn show, but Carlos got his tight ass sitting over there. Or is it? I don't know. Shit, because I don't live with it. You send your tight ass over there, your moist tight ass over there on that damn show, playing in the viewer's motherfucking face. And you are. And I proved that shit right here. And people try to tell me I was lying. One thing, I tell y'all, I don't lie. And when I put it in, I can put it up there right now. He lives in a fucking apartment. But you crying because your house little. Bitch, your house was little when you moved in that bitch. That house was little when y'all renovated it. That's what you crying about. Stop playing in my face. Stop playing in my face. Her mama want to get her 3-tongue having ass up here and want to try to check somebody. I don't give a hot damn this morning. I'm pissed, right? Irritated because people keep playing in this area. And every time you do that shit, I'm going to slam another damn receipt down like an ace of spade on your ass because I'm sick of their asses. But let's get out of here before I get more mad. I have to snap off on somebody. Shout out to the 315 watching me. They stay playing. Carlos, stop your shit, okay? Stop your shit because your slip is hanging, nigga, all right? Your slip is hanging and your hairline is fucking gone. Every time you play in our face, God push your hairline motherfucking back another 3 inches, all right? That's why you had to shave that shit off because you keep playing in our face and the Lord keep exposing your ass. But let's get out of here, guys. Love you guys. Y'all say real how many? What you mean how many? How many what? How many what? Receipts? Bitch, I'm feeling a lot over here. We got a lot to put no out there yet. I'm waiting for the opportune time, right? Ready to slam another ace down. Play with me. Shit, I'm going my archives right now to pull out some shit. Y'all be like, bitch. Forever, forever, ever. Woo, they better leave me alone. Bitch got 3 tongues. She do. Fuck you gonna read me with 3 tongues? Girl, get the fuck out of here. All right, but let's get out of here. I love y'all. I love you guys immensely. I will see you guys later for a midday pop-in because I gotta go get my work done. All right, I can sit on here and act the fool all day, but yeah, I love you guys all. Shout out to everybody in the bushes. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My top flight mods, y'all know I love y'all down. True TV Podcast, Rose Armstead, and Tiffany Thomas. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, y'all know what it is. Stop playing in my damn face. Because I'm going to archives real quick, honey. And I'll slam something down on y'all ass real motherfucking quick. Don't do it. Don't do it. And don't throw no subliminals out because that's just going to only force my hand. Okay? I'm sick of y'all. Damn. But yeah, I love you guys down. Shout out to all of the content creators. Shout out to Miss Lily, Dr. Lily. All right, because I think I saw her in here as well. Shout out to her, Dr. Lily, in the chat. You guys check her out. Support. Let me go down my list. Because I have quite a few of you guys to be in here. Hey, Peanut, if you're in the building, thanks for being here. Dr. Lily Young, thanks for being here, love. Stu Queen B, I know you be in my bushes a lot. Shout out to you. Miss Didi, Simple Mom Family TV. Marcella, if you drop by, thanks so much. Jonetta Speech, JC Creation, Shay P, Shay Renee, Queen Speaks TV, Deary Talk, Schoolboy. Justin T, please, if you're here. Brits Block, if you're here as well. I appreciate you. Love you down. Everybody that stopped through to support. All right. If I missed anybody, let me know. I'm happy to acknowledge you. Y'all said get them real. Always. Real gonna always give them hell. And that's why they can't stand my ass and they get mad at me and want to do hour videos trying to talk shit to me and can't nobody understand shit they're saying. Shameless plug. Oh, I love it. Let me get out of here because I'm feeling the spirit of petty is upon me. All right. Ciao. But we will talk later, okay? And bring more tea to you guys as I always do. All right. Hope you guys had a wonderful time in the show. And we're going to get on up out of here. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Until then, let's go.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits some loose shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my
be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit, I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah, there's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody